Android 21 and Super Trunks' first return on Global. But who should you buy with your hard-earned red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at two units who are returning for the first time on Global Dokkan. The Tech Super Trunks and the Android 21, and deciding which one you should pick up with your hard-earned red coins. After all, this is the first return of them here for us as on the Golden Week banners. We've also got a few other good returns and honorable mentions that we may throw out there, but let's go ahead and let's hop on in, starting with the Super Trunks. Our boy, you know him, we love him. We have the Tech Super Trunks, all right? He is Mastered Evolution, Android Cell Saga, Key 3, HP Attack and Defense 170%, plus an additional HP Attack and Defense 30% for Earth Red Fighters or Rapid Growth. Once he's out, he's got Key 2, Attack and Defense 150%. He gets an additional 100% Attack and Defense, launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a Super Attack and a high chance of guarding all attacks when there are 3 or more Android Cell Saga allies on the team. He's got an additional attack and defense 70% when performing super attacks, and his attacks are effective against all types when you're facing an enemy whose name includes Cell. He does transform from the next attacking turn after you perform 5 or more attacks in battle, or when you are facing an enemy whose name includes Cell starting from the 5th turn. He does have an active skill once he's on the 3rd turn from the start of battle, and that will greatly raise his attack for the turn and cause ultimate damage while also performing an action cancel. Once he is transformed into his Super Trunks state, he is now getting Key 4 and attack and defense 300%. That is a huge multiplier. He launches an additional super attack and guards all attacks for 3 turns for the character's entry turn. He has an additional attack and defense boost by up to 200%. The more HP remaining, the greater that boost is. He has an additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack, and he stuns the attacked enemy. He will raise attack and defense for the turn, and all of his attacks are critical hits once he launches that first attack. He will massively, like he does in his base form, he has another active skill here, which will massively raise the attack temporarily, causing ultimate damage, and it has the Ghost Usher effect on a single target. And again, all attacks becoming critical hits. It's a bit overkill on the critical hit, right? So once in Super Trunks, he's extremely powerful. You have guaranteed crits, you have a huge attack multiplier. He is destroying anything you put in front of him, as well, giving you that free turn with the Ghost Usher as long as you are above that 60% HP. Really, really excellent unit. Now let's look at the other unit who is returning here. We have the Android 21, who's got Androids, Majin Power, and Peppy Gals, category Key 3, HP Attack and Defense 170. An additional 30% to power absorption, transformation boost, and crossover. It's quite a crazy leader skill. She covers all kinds of people. So taking a look at her passive, she's got attack and defense 150%. She gives all allies Key 2, and she has an additional attack defense 120% when attacking. She has a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack within the same turn. She also gets an additional Key 2 and attacks 60% for 3 turns after evading an attack. She launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, and she launches another additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, starting for the turn in which she performs the 3rd attack. She disables the attacked enemy's action once within the turn when she performs the 6th attack in battle, so usually by the 2nd appearance. She also has a great chance of performing a critical hit within the next attacking, starting from the next attack after that 6th attack that action cancels. She can transform into the the transformed Android 21, which can be activated when facing only one enemy, starting from the 5th turn of battle. Once transformed, she is now recovering 30% HP on that transformation. She gets attack defense 210%, which is a pretty big multiplier. She has Key 2 for all allies, and an additional Key 2 and attack defense 121% when attacking. She reduces damage received by 21% and has an additional defense 60 within the same turn after receiving an attack. She has 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 70% chance to become a super attack, and she recovers 21% HP when 60% or less at the end of the turn. Typical Majin power stuff. To add on to that, she raises her attack and defense per attack and recovers 5% HP. So she is an excellent healer. A lot of people aren't given enough credit to this heal factor that she has, but it's really, really good. She also has an active skill that will massively raise her attack temporarily, causing ultimate damage to the enemy and disabling the action within the turn. The turn that is activated, her attacks become effective against all types. So 2 really, really excellent units, both of which really didn't get that much time to shine. I mean, Trunks had a little bit of time to shine against Omega, but 21 not as much, simply because they both entered around the Merge Samas meta. But entering into this new meta, along with the 9th anniversary meta, which us on Global haven't quite gotten to experience yet, these guys have gotten a huge glow up. Trunks having the time to build in most of these fights where, they aren't coming right out the gate hitting you with 500k or a million supers on turn 1. It gives him some time to build up. Plus, he has some much, much stronger Android Cell Saga allies that can kind of hold the fort down for him as he gets ready to transform. Thinking like the Tech Vegeta. I mean, that's a big one there. On top of that, 21, right, probably got the biggest buff of them all, right? Looking at, right, if we hop over to the banner that she's on, right, the Boo banner over here on Global, Boo, Evil Boo, Fizz Buhan's Easy A, probably a part 2 Boo unit, she just got some massive buffs to her team, right? And especially like all the healing that Majin Power is doing with her as lead, the team is nigh invincible, and if they do take damage, everyone is healing it back. I'm talking, they're kind of crazy. So the question is, who should you get out of these 2, knowing that? Well, as always, it is box dependent. Right? If you have the Android Cell Saga units like Tech Vegeta or Future Gohan to run a proper team with this guy, then he is an excellent pickup for 400 red coins. If you have the Majin Power units to run this Android 21, then she is an excellent unit to pick up. Her and Fizz Buhan make quite the deadly combo, especially because knowing what lies ahead. So everyone knows, right, within the new red zone, blue zone, whatever you want to call it, there is a mission to complete it with an artificial life forms category, and it's probably one of the hardest missions in the game. We're talking corroded body and mind levels of difficulty. Having Android 21 in your back pocket with the Boo and the Fizz Buhan Easy A, you're gonna have a much easier time with that mission than you would if you didn't have her. So if I had to prioritize, as much as I love Super Trunks, he's our GOAT after all, I would say thinking long-term ahead, if you're missing both, 21 is your priority, just knowing that those missions are in the future, right? If that's not something you're worried about it, like you have Int Boo but not Trunks, or 21, but you're not concerned with that, then, maybe go Trunks. But something you should consider about what lies ahead. If you skipped out on Goku and Hirudegarn, you may want to consider saving those coins for them, as they will return on the worldwide banners, and you can pick them up there if you happen to skip out on them, right? I would argue that they're probably more valuable for your box than either one of these units, but especially Hirudegarn, but it's all box dependent. But know that these guys coming back in September, you may want to hold off. Another thing to consider, as I mentioned, the Tech, let's see if we can pull him up here. Where is he at? We may have to go back a little bit. One more. Actually didn't pull his stuff up here. There we go. It's a bit too far. Where is he? There it is, yeah. So the tech Saiyan Day Vegeta. You may want to consider he's probably likely to return on Global for coins in October or November. So you may want to consider saving off. Saiyan Day units will either show up on a special banner in November, or they'll show up in October on the Halloween banner on Global. I mean, the sync may change that, but more than likely he'll show up here. If you missed out on the Saiyan Day unit, I would say he should be #1 priority over all of that. But if you're not concerned about that, or you think you'll build the coins by then definitely I would say 21, then Trunks should be your priority, as much as it pains me to say that. And then one last consideration I just want you to keep in your back pocket. If you're someone who may be on the fence, right, and you are concerned about how your anniversary summons are going to go, right, maybe you don't have the stones, maybe you've not been saving, then, or you're really low on coins, then maybe just hold off and save your coins so you have a back pocket in case you get shafted on the anniversary. Save some coins, 500 at least, for Beast Gohan or Broly, whichever one you're worried about most. So again, to close out, 21 should be the priority if you are missing her, simply because she does help out with one of the hardest missions to come in the game. If not, then Trunks is your go-to. And then if you're not concerned with either one of those, and you're more concerned with what lies ahead, then, maybe save for one of those other units. It's all box dependent. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, who are you grabbing with your coins? We actually have a quick coin grab we're gonna do. So we're gonna pause the video. We're gonna transport ourselves over into the game and pick up a special someone. All right, we are in game, and we're gonna head on over to the Baba shop here. And we are going to pick up our coin unit. So as always, when I do these, I always, talk the talk, walk the walk, and I did recommend 21. I need a dupe for her. I didn't, somehow in all those crazy summons, we missed out on picking up a copy of her. So we're going to grab that copy right now so we can have a 69% 21. So there we go. So guys, that is it for our video. If you liked our video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I said, in the comments, let us know, who are you grabbing with your hard-earned red coins, or who do you intend to save for? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.